The government won't allow the UFC in Ontario, but they can't stop Frank Mir from stopping in at Herc's Nutrition here in St. Catharines. You're a long way from home. What brings you to St. Catharines?
Opportunity to represent Nutrabolics and the UFC and the MMA up here in this area to sign autographs and meet a lot of the fans.
You suffered a loss at UFC 111 to Shane Carwin. What do you think went wrong there?
I over-concentrated on the wrestling aspect of it. I wanted to be able to do boxing or jiu-jitsu out in the middle of the octagon. I didn't want to get put down against the cage, so I think that when he pushed me there, I was very relaxed and waiting for him to expend energy. And I just was overlooking the dirty boxing aspect of it. I was really just, because wrestling against the cage is still fairly new to me as far as the actual technical application of it. So I was thinking too much, and that, if anybody knows as an athlete, when you're looking for one thing and something else comes, it slows your reaction time.
As the only fighter to face Carwin and Lesnar, what's going to happen when they square off in July?
I think both are very powerful guys. I think that whoever really lands the first major shot is going to have a decided advantage. I don't think either guy's really going to fight from behind, and I don't think we're going to see a 5-round decision. I think we're going to see a real quick, powerful explosion, and whoever comes out on top, it's almost the equivalent of our sumo wrestling. I think it's going to be a sumo match, basically.
As someone who has competed for a long time and helped grow the sport, what's your reaction to Anderson Silva's antics last week and the post-fight melee at the Strikeforce event last night?
I'm a little under the weather. So last night when I got to the hotel, I laid in bed. I didn't watch the Strikeforce, so someone had to fill me in on that one. And then as far as Anderson Silva, I think he's a dick. I don't know any way to explain that. I think he's the Michael Jordan of our sport. I think he's a phenomenal fighter. I think he's unreal. I watch how he does things, and I think he does things that you can't even coach other people to do. He's talented on levels that we don't even really understand yet, as far as his ability to slip punches and move around, his footwork. That being said, he should have finished Maia, and I'm friends with Maia. I think Maia is one of the best jiu-jitsu guys, the best jiu-jitsu guy right now in MMA, in my opinion. To go in there and pound his chest and act like he wasn't, come on, let's go. And then Maia moves forward and you jump 5 feet back. It's like, you're that talented. Go in there and knock him out. That's what the crowd likes. I mean, I've heard the excuses that, like, he's a showman and that was showmanship. I'm like, dude, knockouts aren't boring yet. If you'd have wrapped your shin around his head and put him to sleep, everybody would have cheered a lot more than you're dancing. If you want to be a background dancer, and get involved in Hollywood or something, but like you're a fighter, smash people.
Well, Ontario residents are well known for their support of mixed martial arts. Our government seems to be dragging its heels on sanctioning the sport. Is there still some educating to be done when it comes to MMA?
I think that really, honestly, I think the only thing we can do is as fans keep showing that we're supporting it. I think that right now, the naysayers really can't bring up statistics on the fighters. We don't really do much. For the amount of fighters that we have in the events, you don't really ever see us in the newspaper after an event doing anything crazy. I think the only misconception would be that, and I've heard this argument a couple times now when they're trying to drag their feet and promoting it or sanctioning the MMA, is that what kind of fans or what kind of people would it bring into the area? Which I think is silly, because if anybody follows the average MMA fan, they're us. We're normal people, moms, sons, daughters. There's nobody. I think they have this misconception of a hooligan type where he's a tattooed up, shaved head, who's, the minute his fighter doesn't do well, is going to run out to the parking lot and start tipping cars over. That's for soccer. That's not MMA.
From Herc's Nutrition in St. Catharines, I'm Leslie Aiello, reporting for The Source.